recently received a lot of messages from women becoming single moms and being worried about the process, the transition, and I thought in today's video I would share with you how it is really and how it's actually easier in a lot of cases than being a non-single mom, how it is actually easier to be financially independent, even financially free to some extent, than being in a relationship. And in today's video I'm very happy to be sharing the full step-by-step guide to becoming a solo mom in financial independence, financial abundance, building long-term assets for yourself and your lineage from scratch within only 1 year. So hey, my name is Maryam, sharing how to live a more nourishing, energizing and prosperous life. So I am a solo mom myself. I will share more details in other videos on the evolution of my life on this. But right now I am sharing with you 4 steps, a full step-by-step guide in 4 steps for you, mother or mother to become or mother to be, shall I say in English, to thrive as a single mom. And as I already said, it's a lot easier than what we think. And I really want you to take away all the stress and worries, because through this guide today, this video guide, you will get all the information that I really wished I had when being pregnant and before being a solo mom, because it would have saved me a lot of, how shall I say, hours of searching, months of not knowing. And really, sometimes society, other people, don't wait for other people to tell you, because oftentimes you will have to figure out the information and your rights in your country, in this society, by yourself. Your rights, I mean, as a solo mom. So the number 1 step I want to share with you is the step of being pregnant. So if you are lucky enough to still be pregnant and not have a child yet, you have some time to plan and organize ahead. And if you already know you're going to be a single mom, then it's kind of, or living by yourself, but you know, if you have help then it's great. But if you know you're going to be living by yourself as a mother raising your child, then you can organize. And the first thing, the main thing you really want to do at that time, apart from looking after yourself, pampering, chilling, is to make sure you have a place, your house, your flat, your place is under your name. The tenancy agreement, if you're renting, is under your name and your name only. This is very important, because this is going to be your foundation. The place you live is going to be the nest, the foundation for yourself and your child, and you really want that foundation to be as strong and safe as possible. And so for you to be able to build, as I said previously, that long-term asset, which is going to be this foundation, you want that place to be under your name. That is the only thing you want to work on at this stage. Step number 1, have a place under your name. If you need, move out. This is what I did. I was living in a shared house when I was pregnant, and then on the last months of my pregnancy, I moved into a 1-bedroom flat under my name, which is where I live now. And that was really helpful in the process, because then you're going to be able to be helped a lot more if this place is under your name. If it's not, it's going to really mess up the process or make it a lot harder. Okay, so it's raining really hard right now. I'm hoping you can still hear me. I will carry on making this video because it is really important. Step number 2, your child actually is born. You are officially a mom. Congratulations. And on that stage, that is the newborn stage. It is a hard stage. I'm not going to say it is the hardest or one of the hardest, because all the stages are uneasy in childhood, or motherhood, but that stage is definitely a stage where you just want to focus on yourself and your child, nothing else. So on the number 1 step, you build your nest, and you made sure you had that nest and foundation for yourself and your child. Now you are in that nest and you're just looking after yourself and your child, and you're making sure that, depending on your situation, I'm talking for people living in the UK, because most of the messages I received were from people living in the UK. If you live in another country, you can check the equivalent of those rules in your country. However, in the UK, where I live as well, you have the right as a single mother of a child already born to apply for a council house. So if in step 1 you haven't done so because you already had a place, and you were pregnant, so you don't qualify as well as when you have a child already. Having a child, if you don't have a council house yet, apply for a council house at that stage. Step number 2, apply for a council house. You're doing this at that stage because as a single mom, you qualify to be on kind of top of the list for the wait list, because there's obviously going to be a wait list in most places, unless you live in a very, like, I wouldn't say remote area, but if you live in London and if you live in maybe North England, it's not going to be the same type of waiting list. But if you're like me, you live in London area, then you really want to be on that waiting list as soon as possible. And this can be done when your child is born. So do that. Register on the social housing of your town, place, area, so that you can get a council house. Why am I saying this? Because once you get a council house, chances are you are in a place where maintenance is looked after. If you have a problem, you can call. You can actually later on buy the place with the right to buy that everybody has in the UK. And then when you are able to buy this place, because if you think, oh, Maryam, you're crazy, I will never be able to buy, you don't know yet what is coming in the full step-by-step guide that I'm sharing with you. You will be able to. That is going to be your main asset for yourself and your children once they grow up. And it's just going to be like a very important foundation. You have to realize that as a single mom, you don't have a man looking after carrying that energy in the family unit. So a man usually is the one who is building the foundation, providing financially, materially, or so far it used to be like that. But now as a single mom, you have to be the one who also makes sure the foundation, the nest, is again safe and very grounded for your family to thrive in long term. And so a council house is a way to help you as a single mom, the easiest way to help you, because financially at the beginning you probably won't be able to get a place that is as good and as well looked after as a council house that you can also buy afterwards. So one of my saying is, it's always better to have the government as a partner than having a human being, man or woman, as a partner. It's better to have an intimate relationship with the government than with a man or a woman. Sorry to say, but it is true in today's world, especially for you women, especially if you already are a single mom. You probably notice how it's going to benefit you to work hand in hand with the government instead of working hand in hand maybe with a human being. And that's okay. So as you work hand in hand with the government, you also at that stage, step number 2 then, when your child is a newborn, is just born, you want to apply for all the abundance that you have access to. Okay, so it will be number 1, social benefits, housing benefits, child support, healthy start vouchers, and the council tax reduction, again for people living in the UK. If you live in another country, check this out. And electricity, I think you may have for bills, you may have also some discounts as a single mom. You want to apply for everything that you are entitled to, and this is not taking advantage. Again, this is your right. Remember, you are being a single mom. This is definitely the hardest job in the world. Therefore, you should be retributed for this, especially as you're going to do it solo. So I will be listing everything, and I will also be showing you my experience and the exact account that I had of, it's called Universal Credit, and everything, all the amounts that I had when I wasn't earning anything, then when I was earning a little bit, then when I was earning more money. And so as you apply for all the rights that you are entitled as a solo mom in the UK, you are going to receive money from this, and so the total will be between, according to where you live, £1,500 to £2,800 a month. I'm talking in pounds, so £1,500 to £2,000 a month, and that is going to be your beginning of financial independence. If you think you're receiving all this money, you don't have rent to pay, you have very little bills to pay, you have help for food, you have help for your child, and really, starting with this amount, you're already starting off with more money than most women earn in this world. you are starting off your financial independence journey with more money than most women in this world. Before transitioning to step number 3, I do want to mention that as you are getting used to being with this newborn child, so this step number 2 is from age 0 to 3 months for your child's curriculum, you also want to make sure you sleep train your baby so that you can have time for yourself, because for some parents it's really hard to find time to sleep, time to rest, time to then work on their financial freedom because their child may lack sleep or may not sleep so well. If you sleep train your baby, it means that your baby will be sleeping 11 to 12 hours a night from age 2 months to, actually you could even start from 2 weeks old. As you sleep train your baby, they will be sleeping 11 to 12 hours a night, every single night, except from the odd, teething, sickness, etc. And they will be sleeping all their nap time. So you really want to make sure your child is getting all their sleep, because this is what they need, and at the same time this is what you need to have time to rest, look after yourself, because remember, as a single mom, the only time you will be able to really rest, especially at the beginning, is when your child is sleeping. So you want your child to sleep as much as possible, and for that, just like anything in life for every human being, they need training. A dog needs training, a child needs training, a human being needs training. No one was born knowing how to drive, get dressed, create a business, do things in life. So it's all about training. So you want to train your child to sleep in a suitable environment for them. And when they're newborns, they need darkness, they need constant sound, they need certain things to soothe them. And those things you want to learn through sleep training. I have sleep trained my baby. I am actually sharing how I did that. Link is under this video in the description section if you want to know. And I learned from a sleep consultant. And my child today, she is 16 months old. She has been sleeping ever since 11 to 12 hours a night. And she does all her naps. Never actually missed a nap, if I think. Never ever missed a day of nap. And that has been so helpful for me to build my wealth now and my health, because it's all going to be about your child's sleep. That's going to be another foundation after your house and your nest, your child sleeping well. The other point I need to mention is you want to raise an independent child, especially as a solo mom. You don't want a child who is constantly going to rely on yourself for feeling loved, feeling independent, feeling like they can do things. You want to raise an independent child. And the reason I say that is because I see a lot of single moms having their children so close to them, and that was my own experience as a child as well, but then it's so traumatic the time they need to go to school, the time they need to meet other parents, other adults, other children. It becomes a traumatic experience because their parents or their mothers knew nothing about how to raise an independent child. So one step is to allow this child to sleep by themselves, to allow your child to sleep by themselves. When they reach an age they can do so. And I would highly recommend between 3 months to 6 months, you start letting your child sleep by themselves. I know some recommend not for the first year, co-sleeping, but in today's world, you don't need to co-sleep with your child for years. You can do that the first year if you feel more comfortable, but again, it's going to really help you and your child to learn how to let your child sleep by themselves in their own cot, in their own bedroom. And you may use, like I do, the living room to sleep, and it's okay, because at the end of the day, the way you're going to be able to build financial freedom for yourself and your child is by letting them sleep in their own bedroom and being able to be in another room and do other things while they sleep. And you have to realize, if you feel uncomfortable doing this, you don't want your child to live in poverty. This is so traumatizing to be raised in poverty, and I know so well what I'm talking about because I was raised in poverty. I'm not blaming anyone, I'm just saying it's hard when all children compare themselves to other children. All children will think, why am I, living here, doing this, having a man who doesn't work or doesn't earn money. They will question things because for a child, abundance is natural. So to make sure abundance is natural in your family unit as well, raise an independent child. Make sure you raise an independent child, and I will go over this in the next steps, telling you what are the one of the most important skill to teach your child as early as possible, and I will explain why it's important, but that together with your foundation as the nest, the house, independence is very, very important. Okay, step number 3 is your child has passed the newborn stage. Woo, hooray! You can finally get a bit more sleep. And if you sleep train your child, which I again highly recommend, then you have a lot more time to yourself, to sleep for yourself, to sleep yourself, to pamper yourself, to look after your house, etc. So at this stage, step number 3, you have access to something new that a lot of people don't even know about, child care. And child care mostly funded by the government. Again, your best partner in life right now. The government can actually fund childcare for you. I'm not saying put your child into childcare at 3 months old. No. Actually, I'm just telling you to research around you the different childcare settings that exist so that you are prepared for the next stage. Because right now, stage 3, you still have your child with you full time. And there is a difference though. Your child is sleeping, so you use that time when they sleep to do something that you were not doing before. Share your knowledge. So let's be honest. Right now, you are going to create an audience. Create an audience means you are going to share one skill. That can be anything that is your passion in life, that you love doing, that is something that you do on a daily basis. If you like gardening, you're good at this, you know how to do, that can be your one skill that you share. If you like painting, if you like sewing, if you like cooking, that can be one of the skills you share. If you are good at communication and you know how to teach people how to communicate better and to get better results in life, that's the skill you're going to share. Find only one skill that you're going to share with other people. And that one skill, you write it down, you brainwash yourself with this. It's only that one skill, one topic that you are going to share with the outer world. And then number 2 is you're not going to share this physically. I mean, you can, but really you are going to choose another one platform, only one, on which you are going to share that one skill. Okay, let me give you an example. One platform can be Facebook and only Facebook, Instagram and only Instagram, YouTube and only YouTube, TikTok and only TikTok. All right, you choose the one you are most affectionate with, and if you don't know, learn about it. There's so much free content out there you can learn from, but choose only that one platform and only one platform. I have to repeat it because so many people are still going to do Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all those things, when really as a single mom you want to focus, because you already have a child that is going to take away your focus most times. Okay, so you have that one topic that is going to become your niche, or niche as we say in the US, I'm not sure, but niche, meaning that one subject you just constantly share about because you're passionate about it after your child, and it can actually include your child as well. And you're going to share this through images, videos, audios, whichever you are more comfortable with, text, articles, whatever, on that one platform that you chose. Every day you do that. You share at least one content every day. And then you build an audience through that, because some people are going to be liking that knowledge that you have to share. Some people are going to want to know more about this. Some people are going to ask you questions. That's the beginning of building your audience. And that audience is then going to become your customers. Part of that audience will become your customers. And then through those customers, you will build financial independence more, and then eventually financial freedom. So at that point, you don't think about selling anything. You may do, but go step by step. You think about really building the audience that is qualified on that one topic, on that one platform. If you don't know what, ask me, because I've been through this. I was struggling on finding a topic. I still do sometimes. I want to share about a lot of things that I'm doing, dancing, what else? My child on a daily basis, creativity, events, fitness, meditation. I have all these things, but there's always a way you can kind of gather them all in that one topic that you share with the world. And then the last part, once you have your platform, your niche, and you're sharing it on a daily basis, you want to collect people's emails. So at the beginning, you don't need to go like build a website, build funnels, anything like that. If you don't know what a funnel is, it's basically a process where you collect people's information. But you don't need to do any of this. You can start with a Google Drive sheet, something very easy where people just write down their emails. And then when you're ready, you just download all the emails and you put them in an actual platform where you can use the emails to send more information and more value to those people. All right? Let me repeat this. Share on one topic on a daily basis on one online platform. Collect emails. This is what you are going to do for the next 3 months at least. I mean that the base, the foundation. You keep building foundation as a solo mom, but this is very important. This is what you keep doing. At the same time, let me go back to this actually. You view nurseries, childminder settings. I would highly recommend nurseries, and I'm going to share about this right now. One important skill that you want your child to build, especially as you are a solo mom, is social skills. As a solo mom, the most area solo moms struggle with, and then the children struggle with, is social skills. Why? Because as a solo mom, you are the only parent being with your children, and you are also usually with your child who has no other children to play with most of the time. Most of the time, especially at the young age between 0 to preschool age / school age. And that time, unfortunately or fortunately, is the most important time for them to build social skills and to grow their brain and to grow understanding of the world. Some people think, oh, they will socialize at school. It's too late, my friend. You want them to know, to feel comfortable socializing before school time, because school time is going to be already too late for them to socialize if they had struggle socializing before that. Remember, children's brain grow the most from 0 to 2 years of age. And really the baby stage is where they learn and grasp everything. So that's a stage where you want to give them a maximum of possibilities, including the social skills. And I can really see, because I do baby and toddler classes and groups and events, and I can really see the difference between a child raised by a single mom who doesn't really interact much with the world, with other children, with other adults, and a child raised by a huge community and other children and going to daycare, who is like my child, right? Who is very active, very sociable, very constantly curious about the world around them. There, it is like day and night. And again, from my own experience, I didn't go to nursery. When I started school, it was traumatic. Let's be honest, it was really, really difficult. And for the next 20 years of my life, I struggled with communication, socializing, and even later on, my relationship just mirrored this lack of social skills that I had due to the way I was raised. I'm not again blaming anyone, I'm just saying how important it is for us mothers to make sure our children, especially solo mom, to make sure our children get the best social skills as early as possible. So the solution to this is putting your child in a setting where there's other adults and other children constantly. Therefore, your child will build bonds with other children, will socialize with other children on a regular basis, and they will also build a bond with other adults who will become reference and other, they will build attachments, because that's how they grow, so building attachment with other adults and not just you all the time, which is unhealthy. So as soon as you can, and as soon as your child is ready, and as soon as you are ready, and you should be ready very soon because you understand the importance of this step, you will put your child in a nursery setting. It's better than a childminder, because childminders usually is one person with several children, who are different ages. I don't recommend this. I just really recommend a nursery setting where there's other children who will be the same age as your child and other adults surrounding your child. And also they're very professional. The setting is full of activities. It's something that you really, really want. When I see what the type of activities that my child does, I'm amazed, because she does stuff that I never do at home. She does stuff that are really exciting, and I'm even like, oh, I want to try this as an adult. So yeah. Also, step number 3, you go tour nurseries around your area, and you pick one that is the one that you're going to hopefully put your child in when the time is right. Now transitioning to step number 4, your child is 6 months old. That step number 4 is between 6 months and 9 months. And during that step number 4, you are going to do 2 main important things as a mom. You are going to actually sell things to your audience, because now you have an audience. You've been working on it for at least 3 months. So 3 months, you've built an audience, you've built trust, you've built a connection with people who yes, trust you and want to know more about you, and probably already ask you tons of questions, which is really good, because questions equal they actually want you to help them and creating value in their life. You are ready to sell them services and products. I will go through this in this step. And then the major second point is you have picked a nursery for your child, and now your child is getting ready between 6 months and 9 months to go to nursery and start with probably the least amount, which is, for me, I started with 2 half days, 2 afternoons, because that's what I was comfortable with. And you kind of want to start slow because you want to build this up. As your child is going to nursery during that step number 4, starting nursery, settling in, you also have more time to yourself, because no, you're not going to work all the time your child is at nursery. That's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to, work a job. You want to create your own freedom. And you rather not do anything and just carry on earning social benefits, rather than working for someone else who is going to tell you rules, shifts, schedule. You don't want that as a mom at all, and especially not as a solo mom. So at that stage, then your child starts nursery with the amount that you want, that you feel comfortable with, and know that as a solo mom, you are entitled to funding for your childcare costs. So 85%, Universal Credit will pay up to 85% of the costs, and up to, so it depends where you live, but up to a certain amount. In my area, it's the maximum amount is £646, I believe. Again, I will screenshot everything so you can see, but I live in London area. In other areas, it's probably less, but still that means childcare is also less expensive. You will be able to, pay a little amount of this, but then because you earn money as well, it's going to benefit you. And you're going to have time for yourself to actually chill, rest, pamper, while your child is having professional help. And really, that's what you want, because you don't want to, especially as a solo mom, you have all the responsibility on your shoulders. So you don't want to leave your child with someone who is untrained, doesn't know how to deal with emotion, tantrums, sleep, maybe food, anything child related. And believe me, most people don't, especially in today's world. Although it's changing, but a lot of people have old-fashioned way of raising children. You want professionals who are well trained, regularly trained, and that's gonna take off on your shoulder a lot of stress, anxiety, worry, and that's exactly what you want. Don't stress yourself giving your child to someone else to look after that isn't a professional. Very important rule. And then at that step, as I said, you are selling. So you are selling a service usually, or a product to your audience, and that service or product only take less than an hour to create. If it's basically answering the main question that your audience has on the topic, on the platform that you are already using, if you remember this previous step. If you don't know what to sell, there's thousands of things you can sell, just ask me. But basically, let's say, I'm going to give you an example, if you are in the gardening, niche, and you can sell something like how to make a veggie patch in your flat for people who live in a flat and don't have a garden. I think that's really amazing. If you are into communication, you can sell a 21-day course to get anything you want through better communication. People can get anything they want, and you can give the example of getting maybe the house that you want only through a better way of communicating. That's what I did myself, and I believe if there was a course on this, I would really, really want to buy it. If you are into the food industry, you may be into toddlers food, and you may sell a ebook or a book about recipes, let's say 20 recipes for toddlers, for baby-led weaning. So that's when the child eats by themselves, when they transition to eating food. And you may be able, you may want to sell this, and that's going to be very valuable for mothers who don't know what to give to their toddlers, their fussy toddlers, their toddlers who just want to eat by themselves. I know really well, because that's what I go through with mine. And then you may, if you sell this type of book, then they will have, basically you create value for people. You answer their question. People will have questions that they will be asking you. Take those, make a list of those questions and simply create a product that answers their questions. And either solve a problem or add more value and well-being to their life. If you do meditation, maybe you are able to create something such as heal your HBP with 5 minutes of meditation a day. And then that's again really valuable because you are able to create more peace in people's lives through meditation, and this way they're going to heal, right? I'm just giving a few examples. There's again thousands, probably millions of ways. If you don't know, just ask me, join the newsletter, link underneath this video, and just reply to the email you will get and ask me the question you have. Okay, and then the next step is declare to Universal Credit that you are self-employed. So what will happen is every month they will ask you to declare your earnings. So you will declare your earnings, and then don't worry, my friend, if you think that you're going to lose money because you make money, not at all. You're going to earn more money. And so how it works is this way. With Universal Credit, you will be able to take home £337. I believe this might be updated over time, but right now it's this amount, just over £300 to yourself without being taxed or anything, or without your amount of social benefits being taken away. So you take home just over £300, and for everything else, they take away 50p for every pound you earn. I'm going to show you examples again about my own experience so that you can actually see. It will be a lot easier and make the math. You will still make money basically at the beginning and for a while until you earn more than £2,500 a month, and even then you're probably still going to get help with childcare costs. And then number 2 is you declare in your Universal Credit account the childcare costs. So you upload the screenshot of your payment, the invoice of the nursery, and then they will pay 85% of the cost and up to the maximum amount that you are entitled to. For me, the maximum amount is 3 days of nursery, which cost over £900, but they pay £646 out of this, so I'm left with the rest to pay myself. And at this stage, my friend, as a solo mom, although you are a solo mom, you are better off than most families, most non-solo moms out there. You have access to childcare, to high quality childcare for a little money. So actually for mostly funded. You have access to your rent being paid, your bills being paid, your council tax being paid. You have access to more money than most women out there, especially most mothers, and you have the freedom because you're building passive income to yourself. If you have followed what I told you, if you create an audience online and you sell them a service or a product online, and eventually that product is going to be automated, I teach you a lot more in my newsletter courses website. Again, link and information under this video in the description section. Once you build that foundation together with your house foundation, you are on the path to a lot more wealth. But already you are at a stage where you can earn over £3,000 a month while earning passive income, while having your child at nursery, while having time to yourself. Think about it. Do you know how many mothers do you know who earn over £3,000 a month, not having the need to actually work because you earn passive income and you are helped by the government, your best partner, and can have their children at nursery and can actually have time to themselves too, because when your child is at nursery, you can actually rest, sleep, pamper, look after your house if you want, do things for yourself, get your house ready for your child. That is going to be an amazing life. Think about it. You are on a path of financial independence. You are already financially independent to some extent, and to some extent you are already financially free. Because again, the government is your partner. The government isn't going to let you down. The government isn't going to abuse you. The government isn't going to do anything unscheduled and planned not nice to you. The government is a partner you can actually rely on, let's say 99% cases. And if not, you can always complain or do something about it. All right? I really want you to feel comfortable in this, my friend, because really, if you think about it, being a solo mom is a lot more enjoyable than what you may think that isn't accurate in today's world. Being a solo mom can be a really healthy, enjoyable process, and if I had not become a mom, I wouldn't have all the skills I have today. I wouldn't be as grounded as I am today. I wouldn't be as comfortable. I wouldn't be as assertive and confident that I am today. And all this was thanks to my child and thanks to being a mom. Thanks to being a solo mom. Also at the beginning I was frustrated because I dreamed of a family, but when I think about it, you can create a family under your own terms, the way you want, the way that suits you, in a healthy way. That is also going to bring you financial abundance and to your family. Now we come to the last step of my full step-by-step guide to thriving as a solo mom from scratch and in less than a year or within a year. It is scaling. So at that stage, your child is grown, is over probably around a year of age, and then you have pushed the nursery to the maximum you can get. So for me, it's 3 days a week because I don't really need more. I'm happy with this. On Mondays and Thursdays, we are off nursery, and that's when we go and do some activities together with my little one. So we do karaoke, we do baby and toddlers groups. That's another way to socialize as well for your child and yourself. We do things that are really entertaining and nice because I have enough time to rest and work on my financial freedom when she is at nursery. And I also have enough time to do toddlers groups, to run this on Fridays with my mom. And that's a way also to socialize again with other parents, and you really, really want to do this. You don't want to be this mom who is so isolated that you never have time to see other parents or enjoy yourself. And no, you don't want to be that type of parent. And so at that stage, you are scaling. You already know how to make money online. So you already know how to create an audience online. You already know how to make money online. You already have your child at nursery on a regular basis. You have this routine, this foundation. Physically, materially, you have built your long-term asset, which is your house. Eventually, you're going to be able to buy this house, which is soon or already a council house. And you have built your financial freedom foundation, which is just going to grow because it's always going to be more people reaching for you online. There's no limit online. And so you are always going to be selling more online. And so you just scale, you just make more money to the point that actually the government, eventually you're going to say bye-bye to it. But you in no hurry. You already live in enough wealth so that you don't actually care about this. Make sure you have expenses. Make sure you always manage your money really well. Money management is very important. Make sure you invest in training, invest in resources to grow your business, also to grow the quality of your life. And if you don't know how, I also have a course on money management that really, really helped me. And I share with other people how to do, because yes, you need to invest a certain amount of money every month. You need to save a certain amount of money every month, and you need to know how much. Also, because with universal credit, you have a limit on the amount you can save. So it's always very important to know this and know how to make your way following these rules. At the same time, so your child is thriving at nursery, you're building this connection with the nursery settings and the nursery staff, and you really at that stage are building this consistency long term, because these are your assets. Your house is your asset, as I said, long term, and your business, your content creation is your asset long term, because when you make a video, when you make an article, when you create an image that you share on social medias, this is going to stay there long term and constantly going to bring you traffic. Traffic equals potential customers. Potential customers equals sales. Sales equals revenues, and revenues that are passive, meaning you can make money while sleeping, while playing with your child. And this is really what you want. This is one monthly entitlement based on no childcare costs and no revenue. This is one monthly entitlement based on 2 full days of childcare a week and £400 in revenues. This is after expenses. I believe they have declared over 1,000 of expenses that month. This is a monthly entitlement based on 4 half days of childcare a week and 1,000 of revenue declared. That month I had again over 1,000 in expenses. This is 1 month of entitlement with the full amount of childcare that one can get in the area I live, and then the revenue was over 1,500. Again, the expenses over 1,000, and if you really count, the total is about £3,000 received in that month, and that is still having an actual income that is over 2,500. But because you also have expenses and you really want to declare expenses, I won't give details now, but this is something that you must have every month if you are a single mom on universal credit. You can still make money and get help, and the total you will receive is more than likely going to be possibly over £3,000 a month. Again, if you want help, if you want to know better how to create this for yourself, ask me the questions. All the details are under this video. In the meantime, I'm going to wish you all the luck and to say goodbye to you. See you in the next video. Catch up soon.